Hello, my name is Chang and I am from Think Global Logistics. Today, I'd like to present to you what cross-border account management structure means at TGL and what advantages it can bring you and your import or export business. At TGL, one of our key pillars of service advantages have always been a single point account management structure. And what that simply means is that our customers are assigned a team of operational specialists as opposed to sort of a production line style type of service where the customer's shipment goes from department to department and so forth. That's how traditionally our industry have performed on, but at TGL, we've done away with that production line because whilst it may mean higher turnover of jobs, it often means lesser experience for the customer when it comes to them getting a better handle and control over their freight and logistics and supply chain. So at TGL, in fact, we were founded on 3 pillars, and one of the main pillars was a single point contact, where that point of contact does all of the work which traditionally are replicated by multiple departments in a traditional style freight forwarding company. Now, in 2025, we push the boundaries of that single account management structure even further, now becoming a cross-border account management structure. Now, what does that mean? Let me explain it to you. Say, for example, you're sitting Sydney, so we'll have a Sydney-based team covering your needs, right? So you work from 9 to 5, well, our people will generally cover those hours and longer in Sydney. And that's where we outshine our competitors. Even though we have our standard office hours, our people always work longer because they're just dedicated to the task of getting the job done right. That's how we've always operated. Now, for you, okay, you know who you're going to, you know exactly who that person you need to speak to, how they transact your shipments. Perfect. You've got their direct numbers, you've got their direct contact details. There's no guesswork when it comes to reaching out and getting in contact with someone in real life about your needs, right? Powerful stuff. What we have done by going cross-border simply means that, well, as you may all know, we have our own Malaysian operations, our own Vietnam operations, and our Chinese operations. But how we've designed this is we have designed our cross-border account management structure with our Malaysia offices in concert with our Sydney offices. Let me drill that down a little bit further. Well, say for example, you work from 9 to 5, but let's face it, once your shipment is on the move, there is no 9 to 5, is it? I mean, it's not like the ship stops at 5 and starts again at 9. It's always moving. And that's why freight forwarders, we have less holidays than anyone else, right? We only have the public holidays. Why? Because the freight don't stop. Santa Claus delivers once a year. We deliver all year round. What we found to give our customers a bit more advantage, a bit more control, and a bit more visibility, extend the hours of operations. Well, sure, we can try to squeeze another hour here, 2 hours there from our Sydney-based staff, but let's face it, we all have limits. So how do we make it so that it is not a burden on any one individual or team, but extend those operational hours so that we can have our eyes on those shipments for longer? Well, very simply, we have a Malaysia office. So therefore, we're going to utilize the time zone there, which usually adds about 3 hours to a traditional Sydney, which is about, an 8-hour shift. Traditionally, we have multiple individuals, operational specialists, grouping them in a team locally, right? But we have pushed the boundary, educated our Malaysian operations team to have a more of an international focus, as well as in the Sydney team, a more international focus. So instead of a team of 4 people coming from Sydney, we now have 2 in Sydney and 2 from Malaysia, forming an account management team. And soon in Malaysia, we're actually going to start running 2 shifts. Eventually, it's going to cover 24/7 shifts, which means that we can cover 11 hours and more. We can assure you at any given time, any one of your shipments will have 11 hours of real human being eyes on them to making sure that they meet their critical milestones. Our competitors, they haven't got the structure where they're leveraging their international teams to service you as a customer who could be sitting in Sydney, Malaysia, or anywhere in the world. So our commitment to you, our customer, through our cross-border account management structure is we will work longer and harder for your shipments. We are quite proud of this initiative because it takes a lot of time and effort in training international teams on the nuances of an Australian market, just like it takes a long time to train Sydney people on the nuances of a Malaysian market and other international markets. But this is what we are doing on the back end, so that our people, doesn't matter where they sit, they have an international view and expertise on the markets that they've been assigned. If you're importing or exporting into or from Australia, our practical advantage immediately is that we are operating on your shipments, or at least have our eyes on your shipments, for 11 plus hours. And it can't get any less than that. It can only improve. Eventually, you're always going to have one person looking at one shipment, or be available for you to reach out to whenever you need to contact us for any shipment needs and what have you. That is the beauty of our cross-border account management structure. Every day we're working hard at TGL to reinvigorate, to re-engineer how we do things. As much as it means to have the greatest tech, which we do, and we build them in-house, as much as it means that to have really employ good people, we have to think outside of the box. How do we really give our customers the control, the visibility, and the transparency that they need when dealing with their import or export? And the best way, let's start from basics. Give our own people's eyes on these shipments for longer. So by cross-utilizing both teams' resources, train both teams up on the nuances of the markets that they're being assigned to, you can be sure at TGL, our people will be working on your shipments longer than any of our competitors. Thank you very much for watching.